Hello, hello, hello. This is your message from the universe for February 4th, 2021. This is the rune Ophila. Now, Ophila is the rune of separation, but in this reading, it is reversed. And it's really speaking about a separation from the way that you have been doing things. And in this reading, it specifically says that you need to change your approach to self-healing. You need to shift the actions that you are taking or not taking when it comes to your own self-healing. And here's why I say that. We have this Nine of Wands here that's speaking about the burden that you're still carrying, along with the Star for self-healing and the Queen of Swords reversed about pretty much not taking action. And then we have, this is the one that really, double Four of Cups, one from each deck. And the Four of Cups is about something that you've rejected, something that you had sadness about, something that you see the little eyeball crying, like you boo-hooed about it, even though you still had three other cups, you pushed the last one away. So even though this cat has four little fishies in front of it, it's still kind of turning its nose up at it like, that's it. This is what you want from me. This is what you're giving me. It's this energy of regret about something that we turned away. So in this reading, it's really speaking about there is a healing method. There is some sort of thought process that you rejected and that you continue to reject. Either because you don't feel like you're strong enough or because you just don't believe it. Do you believe that you're worthy of healing? Do you think it's okay for you to feel better about a situation that was really sad or really horrible or, heartbreaking? Do you think it's okay for you to look back at that and be okay, be healed, be fine with what happened, understand how it kind of fits into your life, or to understand that somehow it does fit into your life in ways that may reveal itself in the future? Or do you look at it and say, no, I have to continue to hate that person, or I have to continue to hate myself, or I have to continue to, to punish myself for this thing that happened so long ago, or that thing that happened proves that I'm not worthy of love, of forgiveness, of kindness, of joy. We have to shift our thinking. You have to change how you feel. You have to flip it upside down. You have to get into the mindset that just because it doesn't fit into the way that you've lived your life up until now doesn't mean that it's wrong. Even a supermodel will look in the mirror and call herself ugly or himself ugly, disgusting, stupid. Of course, nobody really loves you, even though their face has made them $1 million. Even though people are constantly fawning over them, telling them how beautiful they are. Because that is the way that they have lived their life. That is the way that they have been raised. That is the way that they choose to think about themselves. So every time they see themselves, they think, ew. Even though the rest of us start throwing money at them, or adore them, or worship them, or put their pictures on our wall. We have to shift these ways of thinking. Now, from the outside, we can look at that and say, that's ridiculous. Why is that person thinking that way? They are physically beautiful. How can they look at their physical form and not see beauty? That's ridiculous. People are saying the same thing about you. How can you look at that situation and not think that you deserve healing? How can you look at that situation and not think that you deserve better? How can you look at that situation and not believe that you are worthy of letting go of that punishment that you are giving yourself? It's time for you to shift the way that you are looking at your own healing, because you are holding yourself back. And the longer that you insist on holding on to your skin as it tries to shed itself, the worse it's going to be for you, the harder it's going to get, the more painful it's going to be. Think of your shift as a snake shedding its skin. It has to happen. It has to happen. Or it stays the same size. Snakes shed their skin because they get bigger. It's like changing clothing, only it's clothing that kind of, they grow themselves. So a snake sheds its skin because it grows and it no longer fits in the old skin. It's a different shape. It's a bigger shape. And that is what happens to you on a spiritual path. And the more uncomfortable you feel when you speak about certain things or when you think about certain things, the more uncomfortable you feel, the more that is a clue that that is a place that you need to be looking at and shedding skin. Because it don't fit no more. It don't fit you no more. You need to shed that skin. You need to let go of the way you used to do things. You have to move forward on this path. Either that or choose to stand still. Don't keep seeking. If you seek, then you need to follow through. And if you choose not to follow through, don't ask why. Don't ask why things aren't happening. Don't ask. Unless, of course, you actually do want to change, which if you started on this path, then you probably do want to change. Now, I sound a little bit cold. I sound a little bit like, well, fuck you. But that's not it at all. It's your free will to make these changes. It's your choice to make these changes. It's your choice. If we think of a woman who is pregnant, who's getting bigger and bigger, but she insists on wearing her size 5 jeans, she's hurting herself by continuing to wear size 5 jeans, even though she is obviously much bigger than a size 5 now. Because she is about to give birth to a new life, to a new thing. And you are in the process of giving birth. So will you take off your size 5 jeans and allow yourself to be in the process of growing? Or will you continue to insist wearing the same shape, being the same shape while you try to go through the change? You can't do it. You can't do it. Because otherwise you're observing the change. You're not actually going through it. You're observing it. For some of you, it's kind of like you can't put the pregnancy back. For some of you, you don't have a choice. You have to keep moving forward, and it's just going to hurt more and more if you don't take off your size 5 jeans. But for others, you're not past that point. You still have a choice. You can end your pregnancy. Like we said yesterday, you can ask to be put back in the matrix and just go back to the regular life you were leading. And that's fine. If it's fine for you. And that's the point. You have free will. You have free choice. You get to do what you want. So if you're choosing self-healing, choose self-healing. Follow through on it. You are beloved. You matter. You are so very loved.